Special consideration was taken during the residential search process to address Mr. McGee's supervision needs relative to his victim profile and offense pattern.
And what did you mean by that statement?
Mr. McGee is not considered a serious child sex offender, so we have to consider what his offense patterns were, and we take that into consideration when we review properties.
You say that Mr. McGee was not a convicted child sex offender.
I did not. I said he's not a serious child sex offender.
I'll show you what's been marked as exhibit number 7. Are you familiar with this document?
I am.
And can you state to the court, what is this document?
This is a sex offender special bulletin notice.
And this document is something that Department of Human Services puts out, correct?
Correct.
And the information that's contained in this document should be true and correct.
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay. With regards to offense type, it states there second-degree sexual assault of a child, correct?
Correct.
And that's what Mr. McGee was charged with at some point?
That is what it says.
And under the targeted victims, can you read for the court what that is?
Adult females, prepubescent males.
And that's how DHS is describing Mr. McGee's victims, right?
Correct.
Okay. And could you read an offense summary for the court, what the offender was revoked?
Offender's parole was revoked for the following offense. While intoxicated and under the influence of drugs, offender fondled a 10-year-old male related to him. Conviction behavior includes offender broke into an adult female stranger's residence. Offender threatened and forced penis to vagina intercourse.
So part of in this document, you're identifying that he fondled a 10-year-old male, correct?
Related to him.
Related to him. And with regards to the information on the residence, when you state that special consideration has to be given to his victim profiles and offense patterns, it ties up to what's stated in the sex offender bulletin, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the proposed residence here in this place, you've been aware that it's next to a 1-year-old child.
I am aware.
And doesn't that fit the definition of a male 1-year-old child, correct?
Correct.
And doesn't that fit the definition of one of his targeted victims?
Correct, but that's not just what we consider.
Okay. But when you say special consideration was given, you should have considered the fact that it's next to a 1-year-old child, correct?
It was considered.
In your report, did you advise the judge of the court that this residence was next to a 1-year-old child?
I follow the statutory requirement.
That's not my question. Anywhere in your report,
No.
you tell the judge. Do you think, given the way that you described this targeted victims and this offense, that the court should have been made aware of that?
I would object. She doesn't describe his targeted victims as a document produced by the department, and there's been no foundation laid that that's her.
Foundation? That's your
Foundation.
Foundation objection? Sustained.
If you look at the second page of your letter to the judge, and you describe the report that was authored by the Sheriff's Department on April 1st,
Correct?
and you state the report did not oppose the residence, but did supply information regarding the occupancy of the adjacent house.
Correct.
Have you reviewed the report?
I have.
Do you have a copy in front of you? And I have. This is the report you're referring to?
Correct.
Now, that report states that the residence is in fact next to the 1-year-old child, right?
Correct.
And you chose not to put that information in this report
Correct.
because you didn't think it was relevant?
No, because it is not statutorily required.
Do you make the final determination as to whether or not this plan is appropriate? Or
Every
does the court?
decision is a team decision.
My question is, who decides at the end of the day whether or not this plan is appropriate? You or the court?
The court.
You state that the Sheriff's Department was asked to share any concerns about Mr. McGee's placement.
Yes, the physical potential placement.
Do you think that that means that the Sheriff's Department should have known that Mr. McGee was going to be placed there?
It is not statutorily required. for me to request each individual client if I'm asking for the residence assessment, not the assessment of the resident, the individual.
In this report, you're representing to the court that the sheriff's department was given an opportunity to voice concerns, or as you say, concerns they may have regarding Mr. McGee's placement. To the best of your knowledge, did that happen?
Correct.
You heard Sheriff Gunn testify that he was not given the opportunity to weigh in on Mr. McGee's placement.
The sheriff's department was requested to submit a report regarding that physical placement.
And share concerns about Mr. McGee's placement.
Not Mr. McGee, the residents.
But that's not what your report said.
So Jack has been asked and answered twice.
Did the sheriff's department communicate with DHS about this report?
What do you mean?
Did somebody from the Department of Human Services contact the sheriff's department?
Regarding the property, the residents, yes, a letter was sent and faxed.
And what-
Anywhere in this document does it say Mr. McGee?
No.
So this is the letter that DHS sent to the sheriff's department?
Correct.
At any time did you advise the district attorney's office for Racine County that there was a 1-year-old child living next to this residence?
No.